The Russians ain't gonna let this massacre go unanswered. It's gonna get bloody.
Too right, mate. Now in the eyes of the world, they're the victims. No one's gonna say a word when the Russians club every American they can reach.
Makarov was one move ahead. Now he's left thousands of bodies at the feet of an American.
We're the only ones who know it was Makarov's up. Our credibility died with Allen. We need proof.
Follow the shell. Alejandro Rojas.
Never heard of him, sir.
You know him as Alex the Red. He supplied the assault.
One bullet to unleash the fury of a whole nation. Which means that...
He's our ticket to Makarov.
Ghost, the plates are a match.
Copy. Any sign of Rojas' right-hand man?
Negative. It stopped twice already, no sign of him. Wait, it stopped again. Stand by. Got a positive ID. Whoever these guys are, they're not happy to see him. Ghost, we have a situation here. Get down! Get down! Getting away, Roach! Let's go! Let's go! Ghost, a driver's dead. We're on foot. Meet us at the Hotel Rio and cut him off if you can. Roger, I'm on my way. Everybody to the alley. Non-lethal takedowns only. We need him alive. Roach, take the shot. Go for his leg. He's down. Roach, this is gonna take some time. Go with Meat and Royce and check out the favela for any signs of Rojas. That's where this guy is headed. Let's go.
Remember, there are civilians in the favela. Watch your fire out there. Me, get these civvies out of here. Roger that.
Este lugar não é seguro! Não este estoque Budar! I got a rotor on the roof of the second-story building! Be advised, we engaged enemy militia at the lower village. Roach, I'm with you! Watch the rooftops! Go! Hey, move! Tango on second floor balcony! I have a target! He's after me! Target acquired! Chevalier! I got it!
Boys, give me a sit rep. Over.
Lots of militia, but no sign of Rojas over here. Over!
Copy that. Keep searching. Let me know if you see him. Out.
Roach, move on! Let's go!
Meat is down! I repeat, meat is down! Roach, I'm hit! Roach, we've got Rojas' location. He's headed west along the upper levels of the favela. We'll keep him from doubling back on our side. Keep going and cut him off up top. There's no time for backup. You're gonna have to do this on your own. Good luck. Out. Roach, this is their territory and they know it well. Keep an eye open for ambush positions. Check your corners.
Porra, já tô ali me fazendo comer e pedacinho! così, coperto! Sta morto! E li facci in shield!
Roach, watch the rooftops! We've got a few close calls with RPGs and machine guns positioned up high. Roach, taking heavy fire from the militia here, but I'm still tracking Rojas. Running for a building. Roach, you see him? Roger that. He's coming up with some road counter right that way. Roach, we'll keep moving back. Keep moving to intercept. Go, go!
Si mata todo mundo! Não permita que nenhum sobrevivente escape! Inimigos vai na frente! Ele foi atingido! Eles estão tentando escapar!
Keep going! Rojas is still heading towards your side of the favela. Roach, don't let the militia pin you down for too long. Use your flashbang cover. I've got sight of him again. Roach, talk to me.
I'm up to it! He's trying to double back with the Alex Malone!
Roger that. Stay on it.
I've got a visual on Rojas! He's cutting through the market!
Roger that. We'll head to the rooftop and try to cut him off on the right. He's gonna have no choice but to head west.
Taking a lot of fire from the militia! I'm taking through the market! I'm going to find another way round! Be advised, I'm about half the clinging to the market. I can see Rowan running across the rooftops on my right side.
Roger that. I'm allowing him closer to your side of the hill. Keep an eye out for Rojas. He's still making his way across the rooftops.
Okay, I've got Rojas in my sights. I can go for a clean leg shot. We can end it here.
Negative. We can't risk it. Do not engage.
Bollocks! Roger that.
Roach, I spotted Rojas. He's making a run for it. He's heading your way. Don't shoot. We need him alive and unharmed. Roach, we're gonna cut him off at the start. Keep pushing him that way. Go, go!
Inimigo à frente! Mata ele!
Go! Go to that motorcycle! Hands on Rojas! Wait! Shit! No, he's not! Take it to the right again! Roach! If you see him, do not shoot him! I need him unharmed! Roach! Keep pushing off the hill! Don't let him double back! Roach, he's on the move and headed your way! Go, go! Ghost, I'm going far right! Roger that! He's gonna get away! No, he's not. Runner, this is Bravo 6. We've got the package. I repeat, we have got the package.
Coordinates to follow. Bollocks. The skies are clear. Send the chopper now.